Hi, this is Jason with Comics Collectibles coming at you with another toy comparison. This time we're taking a look at the Star Wars The Force Awakens 3 3/4 inch Kylo Ren Armor Up version versus the regular Kylo Ren. So the first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at each figure. Alright, so taking a look at both these Kylo Ren figures, these guys look awesome. And I really believe that there's no wrong choice in these figures if you were to purchase one or the other. But I do believe that you probably would want both. And also I think it's going to really depend on what happens in the movie and if we actually see Kylo Ren without the mask, and if that just wasn't done specifically for this stupid Armor Up device that was for that figure. But overall, I mean, taking a look, obviously the head sculpt is totally different. So the Armor Up one on the left has the uncloaked helmet, and then the one on the right has the cloaked helmet. The one on the left, the cloak that hangs off the side, the back of him is actually removable. It's a softer rubber, and then this one is actually molded in, but it's still a little bit of a soft rubber. It's just, you really can't pull it off. And then the lightsabers are pretty much identical. Torso is pretty close to identical. And then the arms are actually molded a little bit different, which I like. It seems like the right arm is just about the same, but the left arm is different. It's cocked a little bit different, and the Armor Up one has a balled fist where you cannot put another lightsaber in. And the one on the right, the regular Kylo Ren, actually has an open hand where you can put his lightsaber in either hand. Now, looking at his cloak, this is actually molded differently than this. You can't see his foot here, and you can see it popping out here, and then same thing on here. You can see his boot coming out here and not there. So they definitely, they didn't just recycle the mold. They changed things, and I love that. And then this guy also has what looks like to be snow on his cloak, which I think is a fantastic thing that they did with that. But I mean, overall, I mean, they're very similar, but they definitely took the time to make them, just subtly different where you really would want both these figures. But I think that the real turn on for most people is going to be that you've actually got the Vader, his Vader style helmet exposed, and this guy just has the cloak. And I just found this out. The cloak on the one on the right you can actually take off. Obviously their heads are on ball joints, you can pop them off. So the cloak on the Armor Up one looks like this, and it's got a much more open space for the neck. That's where you can actually pull it off him with the head on. And then this one, you can't pull it off with the head on, but it definitely comes off. And it feels about to be the same material, it's just that this hole is much smaller. But the one cool thing with this is they're on ball joints, so I'm going to take the head of the regular one, and I'm going to put it on the Armor Up one, and then same thing, I'm going to take the head of the Armor Up one and put it on the regular one. You can actually switch the heads, and I think that's really cool. So I guess if you really liked the body style of this one as opposed to this one, you can actually change that. And that's what's really cool about having figures that have heads on ball joints. I mean, they look really cool. So I mean, if you liked, you wanted to switch his lightsaber and you had both the figures, you could actually do that. And as well as you could also, like the little cape style of his cloak, you could actually switch those as well, and there would be no issues at all. So final impressions of these 3 3/4 inch figures. I mean, I absolutely love this character. I love his look. I love having a version of him without his cloak on. I really hope we get to see that in the movie. And it's funny because I actually, when I did the Force Friday midnight stuff, and I got a hold of this guy, and I was so excited, and I actually found this guy, and I saw him in the package, and I actually had him in my hand. I took him up to register, and I just decided not to get him. I'm like, this is one of those stupid gimmick things. And then after I left the store and I really realized about his helmet and stuff, I'm like, man, I should have got that figure, and I actually had to wait a couple more days to actually find another one of him. But I mean, I love Kylo Ren. He's my favorite character so far. I mean, visually, and you know what we see with the trailers. I mean, I think this character has so much potential, and these figures are absolutely phenomenal. And I definitely recommend, you know, both of these, you know, and you know, individually if you wanted to, but I definitely recommend probably having them both so you have a little bit of one of each. And I'm sure if the movie progresses and they actually show him without his helmet, I'm sure we'll get another basic figure as well without that cloak on. But you know, two fantastic figures. I can't say enough about them. And once again, this has been Jason with 5 Other Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.